So we'll take a look at a large space for a walk-in closet. It's a room that's 10 foot wide and about 50 feet long. I don't have a precise measurement. The entrance is a door off the master bedroom, and it does have two windows letting light in from the far end. It's a shotgun style, and the owner is interested in enhancing this space to be a very nice walk-in closet. So I'll show you what my ideas are for doing something like that. First of all, I'm going to hide this wall just so we'll be able to see around the space a little bit easier. Okay, so the first thing, so the most basic module, I was thinking of doing this on a modular basis. You might not start at the far wall. There'd be a top shelf across the entirety of the space. And the very first module we could talk about would be one that's pretty typical. This is what's in our current homes. There's two closet rods, one at the height that it is in our current unit and the other at the height. Now each of these has shelf space on top of it. So if this didn't fill up the space, you've got a little room there, but it's very plain. But once you pack this full of clothes, that's a very useful place. The next one, large shelf module. 6 shelves spaced 13 inches between them, so you could easily fill up the entire space with only those two designs. There's other ideas, so let's take a look at an area that might be used for dresses. The top rod is a little bit lower than this one, and the shelf up here is a little bit lower. There is a shelf on the top, and then you would have long dresses. The next one I thought of that might be good, I called cube storage. It's very similar to the large shelves, which are unlimited for 48 inches from left to right. But in the case of cube storage, you've got little dividers to partition it up, some 18 spaces. Plus there's space down here for things to go underneath on the bottom. So I left a blank here just to illustrate that you don't have to fill the walls up, but here's a case where you just have some blank wall. Now you could put small shelves on there or mirrors, or you could have a chair sitting here. This right here is a shoe rack. It's 8. Some of these things you could begin to mix and match. If I was a guy working and I had suits and shirts that I wanted to keep organized, I might have a module like this, or I might have 2 or 3 modules like this where I have all my shirts and suits and pants hanging up at selection level. And then I've got some shoe shelves on the lower level, and then maybe some cube storage up at the top. So this was a kind of a combination, mixing and matching, the hanging idea plus the cube storage plus the shoe area. Here's an example where we just turn on another module. If we wanted to have shoes, this combo one and shoes, that might make a nice pattern. But in any case, this is all the designing that I did today. Just to review, we had an over-under, two closet rod module, a set of large shelves, 48-inch, a hanging dress, long dresses, cube storage, a blank wall, shoes, a combination of cubes, hanging, and shoes. And we can come up with some more, given a little bit more time. I thought about, there are, the possibility of drawers. There's the possibility of something like dressers. I thought about a sitting table or a dressing table where you would have a mirror and a counter space for makeup or something like that with a lot of light to aid in that process. But those would be modules, and you could keep them all on a 4-foot basis and to have a consistent pattern that would be attractive, I think. I chose 48 inches because that's the most efficient use of material, but this could be 36-inch patterns, or it could be 32-inch patterns, or lots of different things if you wanted something different. Anyway, that's some initial ideas, and we can have some conversation, and we can ultimately fill this room up with useful storage and ideas for the future. All right, thanks.